Another one? Seriously? How did I know that after the previous mission we would just get another intruder? Well, hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and we totally don't recognize that jar from anywhere. This is a hat in time? Clearly we recognize it from a hat in time. I just realized a thing, so we'll go and see to the jar first, since somehow it managed to sneak aboard the ship. What do?
Oh, we meet again. My arch nemesis. What? You don't remember me? How rude. It's me, boss of the Mafia. Remember? You blew me up in our little indiscretion, and your young friend captured my remains in this jar.
Looks very Banjo-Kazooie-ish.
I'm without a body. I should be furious, but it is okay. The past is the past, and I'll accept your carcass as an apology. You won't hand it over? Such nerve on such a small child. If I had hands, I would slap you. I'll just buy a new body then. There has to be some poor soul out there who would be willing to trade his corpse for money. I may not look like it right now, but I'm well traveled. I know the whereabouts of all the secrets on this planet. Buy my map badge, and I will show you where you can find relics that will make you rich.
So this is something where I only really get it because it's for 100%. I never actually use this. Because I'm not sure if it shows you where rift tokens are. It may do, but hey, it's just a thing for 100% as far as I'm concerned. Don't intend to use it. Yeah, that's how it works. It'll bring up a thing in the corner that gets bigger when you stop. But I don't intend to use it, so yeah, we need the hookshot badge. Now, you may have been able to hear during that little conversation the sound of a rift nearby. Well, now that we have the ice badge, we can do a ground pound, which I'm not sure why that's behind a hat and why the ice hat of all things, but this is how it works. You turn to a statue, and if you do it on top of one of those blue platforms, it springs you. That's how the ice hat usually works. I don't know why, it just functions like that. Anyway, sort of avoiding the elephant in the room in the form of that time rift, but look, if you do this, you get an achievement for some reason. Because clearly it's a fantastic thing to do. That's the name of the achievement. They've beaten me to the pun. Time rift. Because it's just healthy to have time rifts in your ship, don't you know? So, we shall go through the mail room, and on the other side we find soup! Oh yeah, I don't like this one. Now, this was the one time when I played the game for myself that I tried using that charge attack badge thing, and yeah, that's how those enemies work. They ram into you, and you get a disproportionate amount of knockback from them. So they're sort of here to bump you around the level and make you fall off, so you're more likely to take damage from falling here than anything else. Just don't fuck with them. It's not a good time. Now, if you jump attack them, then that's sort of the best way of dealing with them, because then they can't counterattack that. But, you know, just generally have a care. Because they will throw you around if you're not careful. Anyway, looks like I can't go any further, but you can because you need to think outside the three-dimensional space and just climb. You can't touch me. Checkpoint, please. Thank you, checkpoint. At least that checkpoint functions like a function. Now, there is a hat you can get much later in the game that would hypothetically make this easier, but just... Okay, that was momentum. Just don't get too close to them and you'll have a fine time. See? Look, that was really easy. I remember losing all but one of my health when I did this for myself on my personal playthrough, and yet here I am taking plenty of care. Now, reward me for delving, for plunging the depths of your... No, I don't want hat flares for the Dweller Mask, especially. I just don't like hat flares. That's more like it. Might even be able to hear that when we go back into Chapter 3. You don't know. You never know these things. You don't know my life. But while I'm thinking about thoughts that think in my brain thinkle thunkle thoo. Oh, that's good. You'll notice now that there's this glowing light in the sea of pillows. Just ice hat above it, and you fall into Hat Kid's secret pillow fort, which I want this in the real world so muchly, and you get an achievement just for coming in here, and also Hat Kid's diary. So, with this, every mission you complete, Hat Kid will have something to say about it, and I don't know whether this is I don't know whether it's the last unique timepiece that you got, like the last timepiece that you've got for the first time, or if it's just the last timepiece you collected, whether it's a repeat or not. I'm not sure. Anyway, we could go to Queen Versus Manor. We could fight the Toilet of Doom. I don't want to do any of those things. I just want to do what I was supposed to do in the last episode and mail delivery service. But actually, since Hat Kid's a girl, it's a female delivery service, except that implies she's delivering women, so maybe not. So, there's a funny thing with this mission. You're gonna need the sprint hat. Yeah, might as well just leave the hat flower on, even though I'm not a big fan of it. Hello there, friend.
Good morning! Are you ready to complete your contractual obligations? I'm not heartless. Ever so often, I sneak in the mailboxes and steal letters. Then deliver them to my minions. That way, it's almost like someone cares about them. But our last mailman has gone. Poof. You'll have to do.
I love that poof.
I've got a gift for the occasion. Although it requires a special kind of hat to use. I hope you've got it.
So, this is what I was saying about needing the sprint hat. You get the mail delivery badge, which you can only borrow for this chapter.
This badge is only a rental. I need it back before you leave. Remember to put it on your sprint hat, or it does absolutely nothing. All of the minions who are awaiting mail will have an icon above them. Once you're done, come back here and clock out. Get it?
So, when I first came to this mission, again, talking about my first playthrough, but yeah, return after use, you can get a scooter badge, which makes your sprint hat even faster. And I thought that if you just completed this mission, like, without buying it, you'd get to keep it for yourself, without having to pay for it, like, you wouldn't have to buy it from Archidel if you did it through this mission, but no. Also, if you do a 360 in midair, then you get an achievement for that for some reason. I did it by accident on my personal playthrough because I ran into some sort of wall at a strange angle and just naturally flipped 360 degrees. Hold down the mouse button to prepare the reticle, release it to fire. I'm saying it almost like I'm a professional, but you don't watch me for professional content, you watch me for Tess being Tess. So that being the case, floobledy shoopedy squambled up, and sometimes there are apples on toast. There, I've sufficiently re-lowered the bar. Oh yeah, also, the thing will pop and disappear and cease existing if it goes into water or if you bounce off something like that. Now, I shall temporarily replace it. Click much too close to the microphone, don't know if you could hear that. Hookshot badge, because why would you ever unequip it for anything other than this mission? Also, I think we have all the relics of that family, possibly all the relics in the game, I'm not sure. Anyway, pop this back on because I'd rather, like, we don't really need the hookshot badge for this mission, apart from in some very situational situations. If you double jump, then you automatically disembark. Also, I love how, like, 80s, 90s the music here sounds now. I don't remember whether that's as a product of the remix that we got, or if it's just like that. I don't know. I was paying no attention to the previous episodes. I've not even edited those yet. I've not even edited episode 4 yet. And for that matter, I'm, 7 episodes in, and I still haven't uploaded episode 1 yet. Why did that count? I saw it miss. Well, whatever. Won't look a gift horse in the anus, because that's where poop comes from. Told you were just here for test shenanigans. Have some parcel to the face. Yeah, if you double jump, it just immediately destroys the scooter. The scoopily-doople. Now, there are more than 10 of the minions who want post, so feel free to explore at your leisure. This is why I said this is the best mission for, like, free roaming and finding stuff that's hidden in the forest. Because you can go just about anywhere, provided that you've dealt with the according fire spirits. The according fire spirits. No, wait, no, I think that does make sense, doesn't it? Now, you don't really need to come this way yet. I'm just going over here because there were ponds. Because you can distract me with money. Once again, millennial humor. Am I right, folks? Ooh, look, a person. It's so saddening to see the no entry sign over the hookshotables, because I never see that. I never dequip the hookshot badge normally, but this is the one mission where it makes more sense to just eat a leg. Anyway, that's all it takes to get the timepiece here, and you can just go back and get the timepiece, and alas, we must return the scooter badge thing. But I believe the ordinary scooter badge does the same thing, but obviously without the capacity to fire an endless supply of post. And that being the case, I shall pop back to the hookshot badge and replace this with... I mean, I'm wearing the Dweller Mask a lot lately, even though I've not really been needing any of them. I shall be taking this, thank you very much. Mr. Snatcher person, man, friend, guy of indeterminate gender, because I don't know how you identify the gender of a spectral being that kidnaps people and eats their souls. Oh, we can open chapter 4 already. But should I, or should I get sidetracked? Because, I mean, we've been doing a lot of chapter 3 lately, so... Also, I just noticed the wallpaper in Hat Kid's room, and I love it so many. Well, I'll just build a relic. Because there's a small chance we may have every single one in the game. So, I'll build this one, because this is a really late game relic, and so... RGB... And you can't rearrange a relic once it's been built, so... In doing that, what's our prize? Tell them what they've won. I didn't realize this was a thing you could do out of sequence. So, something happened in a room we've not been yet, but we can't quite tell. Because, ordinarily, you wouldn't build this relic in this place. Normally you'd have opened that room first, and... Anyway. Oh, I can't afford to repair that one. Oh well, we'll just have to go to the art house. You know, the art house. Actually, have these respawned? I mean, I don't think I can get 100 pons just getting back to the art room. Yeah, we're up to 63, which is still more than I thought we had. But still, I'll build another one. I shall build a burger. Wow, I thought that took 3 pieces. That's why I was holding off on putting it together. Ceci n'est pas un parapluie. N'est pas. I can pronounce French, I swear. Anyway, let's have another look at what these relics actually do. 5. You see there's sort of a purple swirly that looks suspiciously like a time rift. Also, green time rifts are just time rifts that you've already done, so, you know, don't even worry about them. Now, I could put together more relics, but we can't afford the repairs. But we can now get to every single relic platform in the game. So, anyway, we'll head back to Mafia Town just to see what this purple doohickey is all about. And have I already addressed the locked mission here? Because... we can't do it yet. You could try, but there's an item you need from later and you can't do it yet. So, here, we just need to go there. That's really easy to find, so we'll just go to the Golden Vault mission, and that'll be the easiest way of getting from A to B. So, that reminds me actually, something the flag changed again, wow. Reminds me of something that I was going to mention ages ago, and now is finally a pertinent time for me to mention it. So, the planet where this game takes place, right? It took me a fair while to realise that it's all one planet. I thought that each telescope took you to a different planet, and every planet was just... like, this is the Mafia Town planet. But nope, they are all on the same planet, I'm just an idiot. Can I climb up here? I can climb up here. And since we're... for some reason I missaw the flag as just Teru Teru Hanamura for no reason other than I've been playing too much Danganronpa lately. Anyway, now that we have a couple of later game items, we'll have a bit of an easier time navigating here, so since we're here, we may as well get some stuff that we couldn't get before. One of them being this piece of yarn. Because we are going to need, I think, 24 pieces of yarn for our next hat, and it's rather worth it. So, you know, get to saving up now while you can. And also there's that there, which we could have got ages ago, and I just never bothered to go out my way for it. Like, I went past this at least once, and I just never bothered to get it, so... there we go. Now it has been received. Received. And where does that blue one take... where do any of these take you? I'm genuinely curious. Boing. More or less where I was going anyway, I'll take it. Oh, Hat Kid. Oh, thank goodness for the physics in this game allowing you to stand on the edge of a lip of an edge. The edge of a lip of an edge. Now, I promise this episode won't be completely just bumbling around Mafia Town. I mean, it can't be, because we've already done a mission, but you may have already noticed there is a collectible up here, which I believe you can get at any time other than in the, She Came From Outer Space mission, just as a Rift token for doing this again. So, you know, just grab that ass while you can. Now, there are a couple of other items that I should probably grab since we're here, just because until much later in the game, we're not really going to have any reason to come back to Mafia Town, so now that we've got basically every item we're going to get for the next hot while, you may as well take advantage of that. Like, for instance, a while ago I alluded to some boxes from another dimension, and yeah, that's them there. And of course, there aren't any sort of phantom bell things here, so we can't take advantage of using a bell to make these boxes appear, so we'll just have to use Dweller Mask instead, because that's just how they work. Give. It's more Sprint Yarn. I don't know why they'd put Sprint Yarn there of all flavors, but whatever. And another thing, since we're here, another hookshot target. Now, where does that take you? That's probably just a back cut, except, oh, it's a two-way back cut. Now, I shall ascend the windmill, for this is Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness, and Mirror B shall await me at the top. Wow. That went well. Huh. Apparently I've never saved this citizen before. Well, I was just titting around with various hats just to see how creatively I could vanquish them. Actually, that's a very good point as well. Since we're here, we could get this. I forgot that this was even here, but we just stomp through here, and see, I didn't realize this was Ice Yarn. I thought this was the last type of yarn in the game, and it's just not. It's Ice Yarn. But anyway, since we're here, there's that there as well. There's so much shit to get sidetracked by when you come back to Mafia Town with later items. Now, one concern that I had with this game was that, much like Jazzpug, it would suffer from that effect of being, like, the first area is the tech demo area that they put all of their resources into developing when they first made the game. And so no other area would feel quite as developed or fleshed out. And that's slightly true of this game. I think Jazzpug suffered from it worse, but it still kind of shows, but I don't know, just overall, I just don't like that this game only has 4 main levels. There we go. I just jumped with poor timing before. So, way up here, is there an easy way of ascending, or do I just have to make a jump for it? I'll have to jump off the fence then. You can't stop me. Yeah, that was easy. So we just come around here, follow the ponds, and get another rift token for our troubles. Except I completely missed. It's a very cozy looking hat though. I do like the ice hat. Now, was there something else I was going to do? I don't see any immediately obvious places to go next, so I'll just put on the Dweller Mask for posterity. And then head down to the beach, and I guess I'll just meet you there. I'll do this first though. I'll show you this, and then cut to when I'm there. Because we've done this once already, there is no reward for it other than extra ponds, but hey. Also, that should confirm to you that the magnet badge does not work on these time challenges, I think. At least it certainly didn't appear to. Yeah, no prize for that. Anyway, see you at the beach. As you can see, sure enough, there is this pinky-purple rift. Now, as you can sort of infer from the colours of them, they work slightly differently from other time rifts. Not only in that you need to build a relic in order to make them appear, but also, whereas other time rifts exist as a product of timepieces falling and shattering and creating rifts in time, these ones appear as a product of colliding with someone's head upon landing, and just conveniently, that happens once per chapter. And so you get a time rift that's built on people's memories and perceptions, which is a bit curious, and it has these collectible map pieces in them as well. So these rifts work slightly differently. You go through various sub-levels, you need to collect these rift ponds. That Mafia, by the previous exit, would have explained that to me, but I sort of dove right past him. Dove, dived, divin. I divn't. I don't remember which dialect that is or even what that means. Anyway, collect the prescribed number of rift ponds to open the door. There are more rift ponds than you need, but they do carry over between sub-levels, so just be sure to keep an eye out for these collectibles because they are missable. They don't get you anything meaningful. If you hear that sound effect, that means you've got enough to advance to the next level. And these are less platforming challenges and more dolphin turds. No, those are ropes. Just ropes and dolphin turds look very similar. So yeah, they're not so much raw platforming challenges, they're like social platforming challenges or something. But yes, there is that treasure hunt aspect of finding all the map pieces, which, yeah, I don't think you get a reward for getting all of them. Well, you do, sort of. You get a reward in the form of, like, a cinematic. It's not really a cutscene, it's a comic, sort of. And obviously, you get 1 page of that for every map piece or story piece that you collect. But there is no actual long-term meaningful reward for it, it's just a side thing you can aim for, and I don't think there's even an achievement for it, actually. But it's worth your while to get them. So, yeah, there was 1 in that first room, 1 in the second, I believe 2 in here? Just be sure that you've checked everywhere before you advance to the next sub-level. Never, basically just never go ahead just when you get the bare minimum number of rift ponds. And they are called rift ponds, even though they have a crown in them, because they're exclusive to these time rifts. Yeah, as I thought, there are 2 map pieces here. There's something else up there as well. Maybe it's a 3rd. Maybe I'm misremembering. Yeah, we have garbage stank. Which clearly, that's how I English. I think you may be able to jump over there. I'm not sure if it even has collision. Anyway, if you fall off the edges, then that counts as falling into the void, losing health and suffering. And also, you can't hurt these guys. They just go boing. That's what happens whenever you attack something that doesn't have damage. Damage. It isn't programmed to take damage, so it won't take damage. Here's the Mafia that this rift belongs to.
Girl noticed that unspent rift ponds are kept each floor. No need to get every single pawn. Good luck! Mafia has opened entrance to next floor for you.
I like how the sort of the eye light things in the Dweller Mask sort of twitch like that. It matches Hat Kid's character, which is so damn cute. I love the fox mask. Anyway, there's one on this floor. Just because it's a free floor, you should be especially suspicious. And in this case, the rift ponds kind of just boing. The rift ponds kind of follow the Mafia around on their giant meat. I do like how the instrumentation of the music changes with each floor as well. I do like the sort of, is it the bass? Like, what is it that they've added to this track on this particular floor? It's very Super Magnetic Neo, in my most humble of estimations. But, yeah. Always be wary of every floor of these time rifts, because just trust nothing. Trust no even things. Because you never know when the game may be trying to deceive you by saying, oh yeah, no, you've got everything on this floor, when in truth you have not. And assume that there is one on every floor. Even though I don't think I got one on this floor, and so I will be forced to eat crow if I get to the final floor and I don't have all the pieces. But I don't see anyone else here. I'll do one last sweep of down there and then come back up here. Bear with.
12 seconds later.
I guess there just isn't a map piece on the... I say map piece, it's not a map, it's a story thing. Okay, good, there is one more floor then. Okay, so that floor just didn't have one. And in fact, Stop throwing cans at me. Who's throwing cans? As a matter of fact, the last... I knew that this one was here as well, so I'm not sure why I thought there was... Just gonna fall infinitely there, Hat Kid. Come on, let me back up. Have a heart. There we go. It's like Cervesi un cuore, except it's you that's avessiing the cuore. Except that's not how Italian grammar works at all. Stop throwing cans. This isn't a film festival. Because Cannes is a place in France where they have a film festival and it sounds like cans. Except you don't actually pronounce the S because French is just weird like that. Oink. In fact, we have all of the pieces, so we could just finish the level now. And in fact, yeah, sure, let's grab ass and all come together. Except that's not how that quote goes, because I'm making references, you understand me, surely. Anyway, when you get to the final level, or room, you just spank the rift. And it sort of demonstrates how ponds get increasingly higher pitched. And that's the easiest way to get to the highest frequency of pond collection noise. And once we've collected the timepiece, I believe we also get one of the rift slot machine things, but first... I don't know if it's first. Is it first? No, we get this first. I thought so. So the Mafia's grand voyage, presumably on the subject of discovering the island that the Mafia operate on. It sort of reminds me of Psychonauts of all things. The Mafia wives and sisters and mothers and daughters all look like the Mafia, but obviously more effeminate. And then they found this town, and then that happened. And that's the story of Mafia Town. Okay, give me something tasty. Hat flare. Oh. Am I the only person who doesn't like flat hairs? Flat hairs. Flat hairs. I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and I shall see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.